Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless, and this time we are, hold on, we're going to skip. We are going through, I started on new routine, which is the common path, but this is the first chapter you get to make choices in, and we are going to go down Yinho's path now, because we finished Lance's route in the last part, so, I have not played for a couple of days just because I wanted to, like, you know, get the thing. I needed to let it absorb. So this is a good place to start because we're going to skip and we're going to skip everything we've already seen, but we're going to obviously just do the new stuff. So right now we're going to school with Yinho, so it's new. So yay. Master. Yinho came running to me. Yeah? Let's go to school together, Master. Yinho's eyes sparkled like stars while talking to me. I receive these sparkle attacks every morning. Sparkle attacks. Yinho, I really want to go with you too, but then I'll be squished into a squid. I remember the last time I went to school with Yinho, a group of girls attacked us. I did not want to go through that mess again. Oh, this time I'll protect Master. Yinho said while popping a vein on his white long neck. He looks cute rather than reliable. Then how about just to the bus station? Even if not to the classroom. I already spent so much energy this morning. Okay, all right. Yinho beams. I gotta make his voice not as sad because it makes him seem so young, and since it's gonna be romancy, I can't think I can do it with the quite as little voice, so we'll just make it a little bit less. I know he's our age, and the doll looks so much more, but it's just him in person looks so little and delicate, I can't. It's gonna be so awkward, but, well, you never know. I'm sure it'll be adorable, because he's adorable, but it's still a little awkward. But then again, we're playing a game where you date your dolls, and Dandelion is a game where you date your pets. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what I complain about, because the whole concept is slightly awkward, but the dolls is a little less awkward than your pets, but I have to start slow before I can date my pets, and then other random animal dudes, even though I have several of those games, because I'm not sure why. I don't know. Oh, then we can date birds, and then eventually we'll just go to the point where we'll just start doing all sorts of debauchery, these games. Anyway. Keeps laughing while walking beside me. Why are you laughing? Because I'm happy. Smiles a lot, especially when he's with me. I can't believe I get to walk with Master in the morning. Every day feels like a dream, Master. Yeah, every day feels like a dream for me too. But that name... Oh, right, sorry. But to call you by your name... frowned a bit and pondered. He looked serious, but even that looked adorable to me. I stopped. Yes? Stops too. You're so cute. Then you can pat me. I smiled at seeing him look at me expectantly. Do you want me to keep being your owner? All the other dolls treat me as their friend, but not Yinho. As the other dolls treat me as a friend, I try to do the same. But the way Yinho calls or treats me, it's like a puppy responding to its owner. I think he likes treating me as his master. Yes, I want Master to continue being my master. Okay, all right. If that's the way he feels, then I should remain his master. But be careful in the classroom, okay? Okay, I will for you, Master. No, I will... Spacey... I felt strange when Yinho called me by my name. Really? I feel weirder when he calls me Master. Actually, no, I feel awkward when anybody calls me by my name in these games. I didn't realize my name sounded so smooth. Oh, the bus is coming. We should walk separately now. Oh, the time of farewell. Please be safe and see you in class. I smiled after seeing his determined look, and I got on the bus. Hey! Hey! Good morning! Hi. Hey, Shimby, good morning! And good morning to you too, Soy. Did we already read all this? We did, okay. Okay, so this is where we're supposed. I don't know what we did the last time, honestly. Oh, this was one where we actually like. I think we were supposed to. We approached him. We actually did approach him, but um, that was the bad thing to do, and that's what fucked us up and gave us a bad ending right off the bat. So we'll approach Yinho. So we've already technically seen this because we already did do this the actual first time we played the game. Sorry, Lance. Bye-bye, motherfucker. I feel bad. I feel so bad. I feel bad always the time. Like, changing guys, like, midway through. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Because now we've got to do mean things to the other ones. So where should I eat it? Eat where there are a lot of other people. I headed towards the crowd. Oops. In the middle of a massive crowd of girls stood Yinho. I wasn't planning on going near him, but I wanted to check whether he was enjoying his lunch. Wow. In front of Yinho was a huge pile of bread. I felt kind of embarrassed for worrying about nothing. I guess I won't have to share my bread. Oh, that's right, because this is when Red goes back there and gets the bread and starts throwing it out for people, and everyone's like freaking out. Right. I was about to turn around when I heard Yinho's voice. Spacey. I was about to quickly head off, but I guess Yinho saw me. I turned around at his excited voice and saw him looking at me. Ah, Yinho, where's your lunch? Come here and join me. But all the girls surrounding him still bothers me. This is called melon bread. Here, right beside me. Ignored the girl trying to talk to him and pointed at the seat next to him. I feel like I shouldn't sit there. Who is she? She's in his class. Oh, the one who hangs out with that noisy girl with big boobs? Sure enough, they didn't seem to like me. There is nothing wrong with Soy, okay? I know that's who you're talking about. Noisy girl with big boobs. Well, then, I should just give him the bread like the other girls. I brought this bread for you. I handed him the sponge cake Red gave me. Here, look. I'm just a fan like you guys. Wow, thanks. Suddenly stood up and took the bread. Okay, it's sponge cake. Cake is different than bread. He must like sponge cake. Write that down, now. Thank you. I'm so touched. Don't cry. Don't fucking cry. He was way too overjoyed from getting just a sponge cake. But I think you're overreacting. The more he's happy about it, the more awkward it gets for me. I'll make sure to eat it, since it's Spacey's gift. Took the wrapper off and started to eat the sponge cake. I see several torn wrappers piled up in front of him. He seemed to have already eaten 3, but he bites off the cake regardless. Are you okay? You're not full? I can eat it. He starts nibbling on the cake. He seemed to be eating them on purpose, even though he's quite full. Must really like sponge cake. This is important information. Munch, munch. He didn't even have to eat it just because I gave it to him, but he stuffed it into his mouth. I should tell him he doesn't have to do that next time. I'm back. And then we come home, and then we get a pen, and then blah, blah, blah. And then I can't take it. So I guess when we go to, I can't wait to go down Yuri's path, honestly, because it's going to be so fucking wrong. There's going to be all sorts of wrong in this path. It's going to be like, oh my god. So we're supposed to save Yinho, which we saved Lance last time. Imagining Yinho lie down on the experiment table, I instinctively thought to save him. I was about to raise my hand to get Mr. Eugen's attention when Yinho's voice stopped me. Will you really be okay with me? Oh, is there any problem? I have lots of scars here and there. Will you be okay with this body? I came to my senses after hearing Yinho's comment. Is it true that Yinho has lots of scars? He is a used doll, so the scars he got from the previous owner are all still there. So, scratches and dents and stuff. Like, aw. I felt bad to see him worry about that instead of trying to escape this. Was his old master, a terrible person and, hurt him, even though he's a doll? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I just gotta be honest. In this, it says there's 7 album pictures and 3 bad endings. Note that the bad endings in this path are particularly violent, so brace yourself. There is no amount of bracing for myself that's going to happen that's going to not shock the fuck out of me when we get down these bad paths. But anyway. I feel bad to see him worry about that instead of trying to escape this. So I was about to open my mouth to save him somehow. Chick! Mr. Eugen, don't do that to Yinho! Yeah, what are you trying to do to a sick person? All of a sudden, the kid started to bash Mr. Eugen. Without any sign of embarrassment, he thought for a bit and opened his mouth. All right, it goes against courtesy to touch a scarred body. Mr. Eugen was surprisingly merciful. I was about to relax when Mr. Eugen's gaze turned toward Lance again. Then the specimen will have to be that body. I refuse. Well, we can't sacrifice Lance, especially not if it's for me. When Yinho desperately cried out, the air suddenly became serious. Lance, don't do that for me. I've only said that I refuse. If you're satisfied with his body, then I... Lance was about to explain when Yinho interrupted. Yinho seemed to be too immersed in the situation. Yinho held onto his shirt collar and started to tremble. Oh my God. No! After seeing that, Soy began getting teary and stood up. If you're going to cut into the chick, then cut this class president first. Soy shouted dramatic like an actress. I think we might have seen this. Oh, we haven't. I'm not really interested in your bones. Mr. Eugen responded indifferently. But Soy paid no attention and walked towards the podium. And Soy lay down on the platform to protest. Thankfully, the class ended without any victims. Okay. Oh, you know what? We'll have to go. Oh, Banjul is still the common route. That's okay. Boop. Skip. Okay. And then this time we go and we get the... Instead of getting the coffee or the tea for Lance, we get the carrot cake. There is carrot cake. Oh, that's the only thing that makes a difference. Interesting. T and I talked during our way back home and arrived at the house before we knew it. Master! Yinho came running towards me as soon as I opened the door. Ha! You really are like a puppy. T smiled at Yinho. I'll go and wash first. Okay. After T left to the bathroom, Yinho looked at me with his glistening eyes. Master, what is this? Yinho pointed at the cake in my right hand. Oh, this is for you. Here. What? Really? Yinho looked surprised. I handed Yinho the cake box. His hands trembled a bit. Can I open this right now? Sure. Yinho carefully opened the box. As soon as the tiny box opened, the sweet scent spread to the air. Whoa, wow! It smells like carrots, and there really is a tiny carrot on top. Yinho's reaction never disappoints me. He couldn't take his eyes off the cake. I feel good for buying it for him. Do I really deserve to eat this? It'd be better for Master to... Yinho rolled his big eyes around and asked, No, I'm full. You eat it. But Master, I'm touched. It's nothing. It was just taking care of my family. If it's good, I'll buy it for you again. Can I really take this? I've done nothing for you. No way. You wake me up every morning. You even cooked fried eggs for me. That's my duty for my master. He was so adorable the way he yelled carefully as to not damage the cake. Among all the dolls, Yinho was the one that followed me most like a true doll. Yep, and this is your duty too. I stroked his hair and said, Master, thank you. He even started to cry a bit. Dear God, am I making you cry again? Don't cry. I'm happy that you're so happy about this little thing. Okay, I was like, I clicked it, but... Oh, you know what we should do? Hold on. Okay, cool. I wish it would go to, like, the last page that we saved on. You know what I mean? What we should do... Boop. Let's read the different... Our phone's not there, okay. So let's see if this is any different. Okay, we have to enter the consent forms tomorrow, but I still can't... Yeah. Yuri went out someplace and came back late, and Lance was at the library. Yinho and Red watched reruns of cartoons. I think these are all going to be the same until we get into taking the bus these days. until we get into the more common. Besides Stargun, yeah, no, that's the same. Nope, that's generic. Zion the manager, Mr. Hoban. Nope, that's fine. I'm worried Yuri is really doing weird things outside. I can't help but get suspicious since he bought me a smartphone. Secretly hides cookies somewhere in the kitchen. He's so cute, really. Sometimes I see Lance just staring at the sky. That bothers me a bit. Yeah. So this is all generic because it's the generic chapters, so we'll get more specific when we get do not suggest. He doesn't know how tiring club activities can be. Because if we do, that shows that we care and it gives us more points with him. But since he's going to school anyways, I think it'd be good to join a club. Lance is perfect for the student government, but I was mumbling to myself when I noticed Lance looking at me. Oops, I consciously avoided his gaze. Why did I do that? Continued to read the printouts. Is there a club you like? Yes, I think I found one. Beamed. This is all the same. Okay. It still makes me feel so bad because I think so far, I mean, it really depends on how the paths go, but I really do think Lance is my favorite. Like, Yuri is the one that appeals to my eyeballs, but he's so fucking over the top and, like, almost perfect. It's like, okay. He appeals to my eyeballs, but so does Lance, but Lance's path was really sweet. And he is technically the quintessential one I always go for in the games, like, standoffish, kind of like, whatever, I'm kind of cold, but they're the softest on the inside. Because they're like the insecure ones. Oh god, I love it. I don't know. And I know Red's the one that she's supposed to end up with, but or that's the path, the canon kind of one. But I really just feel like, or we're supposed to follow the cat, so we did that already. We're supposed to keep on running, which we did originally. And that's how we got everything wrong. And then we got our first Yinho CG, which, we weren't supposed to get. I really do think that Lance is probably going to be my favorite out of it, just because he was her first doll, and I just feel like there's something so much more important about that than the one of a kind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyway. Master! I saw Yinho coming towards me with a smile. You're not asleep? I couldn't sleep. He looked upset since dinner. I guess he couldn't go to bed too. So when we were in Lance's path, he's the one that came out to meet us. Is he worried about the cat, or does he feel guilty for making me worry? There's a silence between us for a moment. Looked like he wanted to say something but didn't. I should start first for him. The night sky is really pretty, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty. All right, then let's wish upon the star for the cat's happiness. Upon the star? What's that? I pointed a star in the sky. His gaze followed my fingertips and was fixed on the shining star. There's an old saying that says if we wish upon a star, it'll come true. People who are very romantic and imaginative believe that. Romantic? Imaginative? I get it. There's really no point in wishing upon a star, but people believe it. What? When Yinho just said was so unlike him, I was surprised. Yinho smiled at me. Did I hear wrong? Then let's wish together. Unlike just now, he looked cheerful. Okay, all right. Hope the cat's happy. Hope he meets a new owner who lives a long life. Hope John's happy. Hope he finds a new owner and never has to be alone. And I wish I get to spend every single day of my life with Master from now on. He looked more serious making his own wish than when he was praying for the cat. I could feel his sincerity by looking at his tiny hands tightly clasped together. I smile at seeing him be so cute. And it's also weird because she cutesifies him. I mean, it's one thing for us to see him and like feel that way, but it's weird for he's so cute. Oh, he's tiny and pat him on the head. No, he's like and like babying him. That's what makes it weird, I think, to me, is more the way she treats him than anything else. I mean, because obviously, like I've got my own reservations, but I got to get around it because he's our age. He just seems so much younger. So that's what makes it weird. But it's like more, yes, if it's one thing, okay, the voice I kind of give him or the way I perceive him. If she didn't perceive him that way, if the character was like, oh, look, he's such a sweet guy. Oh, like what? Instead of being like, oh, he's so cute. He's so adorable. Oh, you know what I mean? if they weren't so like, oh, like treating him like a fluffy puppy. I feel like then it would be probably less weird, but I guess maybe as it delves on, it'll be a little less strange, but I don't know. So cute. I hope my wishes really come true. Yeah. After praying, he hesitated for a bit and opened his mouth. I could see him clasping onto his clothes. Master, I'm so sorry about today. He's been repeating his apologies so many times. No, you're safe, and that's all that matters. I smiled and stroked his hair. I wish Yuri would buy that smartphone soon. Then I'd be able to call him whenever I want. But I was so happy that you came looking for me. Happy and sorry. Did you hate me? Because I suddenly went missing? Hate you? I was only worried. Worried that something bad might have happened to you. That you might have turned back into a doll. Thank you, Master. Smiles. I saw his eyes twinkle like stars as he smiled and looked at me. I just have a feeling his past as a prior doll, like as a doll with his prior owner, was terrible, and that's why he's so clingy and sad. I really do. I really fucking do. In that smile were all the wishes he couldn't say out loud. It's cold. Should we go in now? He nodded and we went back into the house. Was a nice boy who couldn't leave the cat alone. I was worried sick, but we found him, so everything's good. And besides, I felt like I got to see another side of who before just seemed like a goody-goody. And I know the voice that he actually has is totally different, and that's probably like, we probably should have listened to that and done a voice more similar than just my impression of him, because I think that doesn't help me either, but it's okay. It hasn't even been a few days since... Oh, that's right. Okay, so this is when he adopts the cat. Okay. Oh, and the limo. So since this is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, when we assume that x is larger than 0... What? And this is all for today. You all know that the exams are next month, right? Don't procrastinate and start studying soon. Everyone was already tired from suffering through the difficult math class, but the teacher burdened us more by talking about the exam. As soon as the teacher finished talking, everyone started booing. The teacher ignored the boos and walked out of the classroom. It was too difficult to stop myself from dozing off. Okay, I was going to say, haven't we read all this? He stopped crying as I went over to him, and then he raised his wet eyes to look at me. He seemed if there was something he wanted to say. Since he looks cute, while hesitating, ignore him. Wait a minute. Was that ever something we actually choose? Hold on. No! This chapter never goes on this, or no, and there are no options in the cat named John path with Lance. It doesn't go this far, or it must go this far, but you never get choices. That is... Yeah. I wonder what happens. Hold on a second. Nope. No. I'm not going to choose it, but that's fucking hilarious. This... Math textbook? What about the math textbook? We've already technically read this, because this is when he's all freaked out about his math and being shitty at it. So we didn't have the option to question him, we just talked to him. Or whatever. We must have, because there was no choice in Lance's route. But we've already done this. On the outside, it looked just like a normal textbook. There we go. It's like it stops sometimes. Yeah, because he was having math. Saw me get pushed back by everyone and shouted towards me. But our voices were buried under the overly excited kids. I doubt I'd be able to get through this crowd. Tried his best to eye me through the crowd and silently scream for help. But I was too scared to get through this horrendous wall and go wit to him. Besides, if it's about math, there was no way I could help him anyways. I worried to myself on how I'd be able to help him with his studies. I don't know why it keeps... Why? Where are you going? No wonder I'm good at watching horror movies. I see real zombies every day. Zombies here, zombies there. Everywhere I go, zombies. I muttered while staring at the zombies in uniforms that have taken over the cafeteria. My stomach screamed for food, but I wasn't confident enough to jump into the pack of zombies. It might have been easier if Soy and Shinbi were here. But Soy dragged Shinbi out to run around the playground, saying she's on a diet or something. So I ended up bringing a sandwich I brought from the convenience store this morning and found an empty seat. I don't know if it'll be enough, but this will have to do. Oh well. I was about to sit in my seat when I saw a familiar figure far away. Wow, so many bodyguards as usual. I was pretty far away, but I could easily find Yinho. He was surrounded by a bunch of girls, just as he was in class. He probably stays like that in the academy until he goes home. I felt distant for some reason. Should I go talk to him? But I already gave up going to the cafeteria, and that was going to be worse. I felt a bit bitter, but I decided to think of it as a positive thing, since it wasn't anything bad for Yinho. It's good to be popular, I guess. I turned away from Yinho. I should just get out and take a nap. I quietly got out of the packed cafeteria. She's gone. You know what's wrong. Why did you stop eating? Does this taste bad? Did it go bad? Who is it? Who gave him this bread? You're dead. If Yinho gets sick, I'll chase you to the end of hell and find you. To the end of hell. Calm down. I'm fine. It's nothing. I'm sorry for worrying you guys. What do you mean worry? It's nothing. Yeah, if anything happens, I'll talk you through it. Cheer up. Is it hard for her to come because there are a lot of people around me? Huh? Over. Classes are over for today. I was tired all day for no reason, so I just plopped down on my desk. God, I'm tired. Friend, give it to me. So he came to me and shook me up. I reluctantly got up. What? Oh, my smartphone? Okay, why can't we skip this? I took out my smartphone from my bag and handed it to Soy. We read this. She does this. She puts all the apps on it. We've already fucking done this. Like, I feel like there's some of these things we've already done. Or maybe, did they happen in a different part of Lance's chapters? And not this? I feel like there maybe were no choices for Lance, but we still went through all this. So why can't I skip it? It's weird. The device was still strange to me since I was used to my old one. Even while handing it to Soy, it felt like it didn't belong to me. Huh, it's locked. It's the same password as your old one, right? Soy habitually unlocked my phone. She used to play around with my phone even before I got the new one. The reason was she wanted to be ranked #1 in a classic old game that only old phones have. So I just told her my passcode since I couldn't be bothered to unlock it for her every time. Okay, this is different. I don't have anything to hide, so it'll be fine. I didn't have pictures of the dolls on my phone, just in case. If someone sees it, I'll be in big trouble. Tell me the passcode. Oh, is it that? Yes, got it. You always have the same passwords. I'll get confused if I have a lot of different ones. You don't have the same password for your bank account, do you? If your money gets stolen someday, I'll probably be responsible for it. Yeah, I'll make sure to report you. I see that most crimes are tracked back to your acquaintances. Soy and I joked around, talking nonsense. Meanwhile, Soy must have started downloading some things. I saw a bunch of download signs on my phone. Good. Let's see this and that and Coconut Talk and Twinter too. Okay, now it's ready. Oh, already? You're so fast. I was surprised at Soy's fast hands. I would have barely typed my text during the time Soy downloaded all those apps. I got my phone back with several new functions. This is nothing. Coconut Talk is like text. Oh, but it's all free. You can send text for free? You can't? Man, that sucks. What a world! How do these service carriers stay in business? Because they charge you like $500 a month for unlimited talk and text. And then you also pay a fee to rent your phone. I downloaded something called Twinter, too. What's that? So I must know a lot of cool apps. It's like Twitter, but it's not copyrighted, so we can use it in the game. That's all. Since unlike me, she's been using a smartphone for a long time. It's an app where you can read all the things people you follow babble about. What does that mean? If you write what you want to say here, your registered friends can read them. So I can read what my friends say, and my friends can read what I say. You can follow people you actually know, but you can also add people who have the same hobby as you. It's all in your control. Anyone can add you as a friend if they know your ID. It's not like Twitter, because anybody can follow you. It's not really a friend thing. Oh, I understood a bit after Shinbi's explanation.
You got it? It'll be strange at first, but when you get used to it, it's really useful. There are a lot of people I talk to only on Twitter. I've never actually met them. You notice a lot of funny things when you talk to people you don't actually know.
So I looked proud.
I've added Shinbi, and
I've added Shinbi,
I've added Shinbi and I already, so if I write anything, you'll be able to see it too.
We raised our heads at the sudden soft voice. Can I join the conversation? Oh, it's Yinho. The girls that usually surround Yinho are packing their bags and getting ready to go home. He must have took the chance and escaped.
Oh, my cute chick. Finally you're here. Isn't it tough to be with all those girls?
Yinho laughed tiredly. He must have really suffered. You look tired. Are you heading home soon? I thought maybe I should make him a warm cup of tea when I get home. Yes, but what about the smartphone? Yinho looked at my smartphone in Soi's hand.
Oh, this kid here. She didn't know how to use a smartphone properly, so I was kindly downloading some apps for her. I was just telling her about Twinter.
Twinter? What's that? In Yinho's words, Soi looked like she'd been punched in the face and stared at Yinho and me.
I haven't traveled back in time, have I? Yinho, you don't know what Twinter is?
No? I thought this app was famous around the world. Shinbi looked surprised that Yinho didn't know what it is. No, don't be curious why he doesn't know so much. Yinho grew up in a cornfield in the middle of nowhere.
A cornfield?
Yeah, he grew up harvesting corns. He's not familiar with electronics and all that. I made up the story imagining Yinho blowing a reed pipe in a field of fresh corn.
Corn? Nowhere.
Soy Muteres. I don't know what that...
Corn.
Soy's eyes widened if she just reached Nirvana.
Awesome! So you made cornflakes?
No. Cornflakes? Soy, how could you be so off? She's just like, corn.
Corn.
I saw Lance sitting next to us, listening to our conversation, smirking. Soy didn't see it, so let's ignore it.
You wouldn't have had the chance to use smartphones since you were busy making cornflakes. Making cornflakes with those soft hands.
Soy, it's rude to talk as if cords are only used to make cornflakes. There's so many things you can make with corn. I thought of corn butter.
Yinho, aren't you going home?
A girl who was always by Yinho's side called him in front of the door. Oh, you go ahead first.
All right, see you tomorrow.
The girl looked at us and went off looking a bit disappointed. I looked around and saw that everyone had gone home except us. The girl was the last of his followers. He's really popular. People can't approach Lance since he's so cold, but Yinho's really...
Good, all your followers have gone home. Since I have you all to myself, let me tell you about the greatness of Twinter. And we can all be Twinter friends.
Really? Yinho suddenly exclaimed like a kid. When will you teach me how to use it? Yinho must have wanted to use Twinter.
Of course I'll teach you.
Yinho took out a smartphone from his pocket. Oh, Yuri must have given them... All right, before they got in the limo. With Soi's help, he started downloading something. Wow, this is so cool.
I've already added Shinbi and I
can see your posts in real time. His eyes sparkled looking at the smartphone. It was cute. He was scrolling down the screen, muttering the posts he's reading. I'm glad he found something he likes other than video chatting. Shinbi, you posted this morning, I want strawberry milk. And Soy, you've posted currently selling eye candy pictures of the Hot Five. What? Soy, when did you take the photos? She would never have taken them with permission. I looked at Soy and she winked.
Special discount for friends.
I'd be like, bitch, I get to see them all the time, and half the time I see Yuri almost butt naked. I'm just kidding. What's eye candy? Is it candy that improves your eyesight? Yinho's talking like a true doll. No, it's... I hesitated. I know it's not a good idea to explain right now. It's fine if it's hard to explain. He must have read my expression. But actually, yeah? Can you add me? On Twinter? Me? Of course. I think you have to enter your ID here. Yinho gave me his smartphone. Let's see. I entered my ID in Yinho's smartphone. All you need is one tap and we're friends. So simple. I was really kind of hoping we could get to the end of the common stuff by the end of this part, but we're not going to. But it's okay. The next chapter is the start of Yinho's own route. So anyway, and we'll finish the rest of this. So I'm going to wrap this up here because we're going a little over the normal half hour. And I will continue in the next part and we'll finish this conversation and then we'll get into, it'll literally probably be like 2 seconds. We have one other choice left in this chapter, so it's going to be a little bit longer. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.